Our guest today was born in Suriname and came to Holland since the age of 12 and studied many courses here in Holland. She has worked in different capacities ranging from civil to political back to civil. She has worked as a pharmacy assistant in Southeast, was a participant at Women at Work, a program that was subsidized by Equal European Fund. She's a certified trainer, a coach. She was once the spokeswoman for City Council Southeast for the Conference Ethnic Minorities in Europe, in Barcelona, and in Birmingham. Maureen believes that poverty can be defeated through the empowerment of people. For this reason, she has been involved in politics to help bring that about. As a member of D66 political party and the first black chairlady, in everyday life, Maureen works as a civil servant, and also in this broadcast, she'll be sharing some of her convictions and plans for poverty reduction in our society. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Miss Maureen caupain to Radio Voice of Naija. Welcome, honey.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here and give the information I have. So I'm very pleased to be here.
Wow.
Thank you for the invitation.
It's an honor having you. So let's begin. So when you look in our community Southeast, are there some indications of poverty? How does it show, or what are the indications?
Poverty is a thing close to me because if we start with Southeast, you see that there are children stealing bread in Albert Heijn. That's the most, I get, you say chicken pox? Okay. So that's one of the indications that there is a lot of poverty.
Wow.
Because mothers can give their children the bread to school.
Yes. Really?
So that's one of the most, there are women saying that they don't have the money to give their children something to eat, to give their children clothing the way they want to give them. Because as a mother, you want to give your children the best you have. And if I say mother, I mean parents, the father also, the grandmother who's looking after the child, or the sister, Because I'm Surinamese, and in our families, sometimes it's possible that the sister is taking care of the child, and not the mother, not the mother, the natural mother. Yes. So people are saying they can't give their children a lot of things they want to give them, the basic things. And if you go to the voedselbank, or you go, you have the Stichting Er is Hoop voor Morgen from Regina Maknak. I used to go there, and I see the people there. And I see sometimes they have clothes. When you see somebody is coming and taking clothes, and you see she's taking a lot of more clothes, because her children don't have clothes to wear to school.
Here
in Amsterdam Southeast, yes.
Is it only applicable here, or is the whole?
It's in Holland. Holland. It's everywhere.
Really?
So we don't. If I say Holland, it's not only Holland. It's all over the world. But I live in Holland. I go to Suriname. I speak to people of different, speak to people of Turkey. There, it's not that much as it is in Holland or in Suriname. I know people taking clothes to send to Ghana. So
So from your political perspective, what do you think could be the cause to this poverty among the people of Southeast?
I have to say something. I'm not a political person yet. I'm on the list for the next, how you say? Elections. Okay. I used to be a duo raadslid, so-called not chosen raadslid. Okay. But political, there are a lot of things going on. So, but the politics can't do everything for you.
Yeah, but what do you think is the cause to this poverty? That's
the cause for poverty
in Southeast.
In Southeast, it's very difficult because there are a lot of different things. You have people, if somebody has psychosis or they get sick, they lose their job. When you get, in the beginning you have 100%, and if you lose your job after 6 months, you get 90% after,
yes.
you know?
Yes.
So you get less money. You have to pay the same things you have to do because you have your rent you have to pay.
Yeah.
They don't say, okay, you have a lot less money, so we give you extra. No, you have to do with less money. So if somebody gets sick, comes in the WHO, or you have a job, you come in the way, it's also 70%. It's a lot of money you lose.
Yeah.
So then you get in, you can get in a situation that you come in poverty. Yeah.
That's just one.
That's one I call two. Because when somebody gets sick, you lose your job, is one. And some things, sometimes people don't spend their money the right way.
Okay.
That's also
a buying expensive things, probably.
Buy expensive things. Everything they see, they want. They want the newest iPad, they want the newest telephone, they want a new car. Because poverty is not only on people in Southeast. Because people in the Gooi, in Hilversum, the rich neighborhoods, in Amsterdam South, there is also poverty there, but it's different. Because when you go to the Voedselbank, people who have a business are also going there.
Oh.
So it's not only when you have a caring, also people who have a business, a good job, can have problems with that, with money.
Really?
You can spend it different, you know, wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
You buy too much. Yeah. Somebody steals your thing, you have to buy it again.
Yes.
Because if your computer is being stolen, your child has to use the computer, you go and say, okay, I'm going to one of the big shops, I wanted to call a name, one of the big shops and buy a new one on, you know, you don't pay it in advance, you pay it monthly, and then the interest is coming, and it's coming because you can't pay, because then the washing machine gets broken, so you have to buy that also. So there are different, you know, reasons for people to come
into poverty.
Yeah.
Wow. So in your pursuit to eradicate poverty, you became a politician, is that? Or you entered into politics?
I'm interested in politics because if you think politics doesn't involve you, it has everything to do with you. You have to pay for taking off your dirt.
Yeah.
Politics decide what price it will be in Southeast. Because Southeast is one of the highest prices to get the dirt out.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Really. So politics involves with you, even if you don't want it. And I don't like to have people decide for me. So I'm going to the place to decide to.
So in the process of trying to eradicate poverty, so you entered into where you can make decisions. So at what extent have you accomplished your ambition?
I'm on the list again, because I was a duo in another party. And
can you explain to us what is duo?
A duo counselor is a counselor. You get chosen. You come on a list and people can vote for you, and then you get a counselor.
Okay.
But sometimes the counselor isn't able to do everything they want, and they need help, ondersteuning in Dutch. So as a duo counselor, you get, how do you say? The stadsdeel benoemd. I don't know how.
Names you.
Yeah.
Chooses you.
No, they don't choose. They
nominate you.
They nominate you, and they say, okay, you don't have, you didn't steal, you didn't, you know, do things wrong, and they give you a position.
Okay.
So you can come in the stadsdeel and say what you want to say for your party.
Okay.
So as a duo, you go in the neighborhood, you meet people.
Okay.
You do the work in advance. Yes.
Okay.
So in that way, I help to write. Because you can be a motie. If you have something to say, as a politician, you can say, okay, I want in Southeast, I want the market to be open 5 days a week.
Okay.
So you did a motion in.
Okay.
Different motion.
Yeah.
And then they can decide, they can vote and say, okay, no, we don't do that because it's a lot of money, you know. So that's the thing I help to write. Yeah.
So you are writing things that can eradicate poverty, is that?
I'm also a writer, but poverty, I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer budget, to help people budget.
Okay.
So in that way, I have to talk about the plans I have. I have a plan to have a conference in Amsterdam Southeast to talk about poverty. Because the politicians can talk about poverty, but they don't feel what poverty means because they have a good salary.
Okay.
So when you want to talk about poverty, you have to involve the people who are in poverty. So that's, you know, so there are a lot of things we have to do in Amsterdam Southeast. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You strongly believe that poverty can be defeated through empowerment of
And
people.
education. And
Okay.
education, yes.
Can you explain this to our audience?
Empowerment, because when you have a woman, you know, there's a saying, when you teach a man, you teach only a man.
Yeah.
When you teach a woman, you educate a family,
yes,
a nation.
Yeah.
So for me, women empowerment is very important because the mother teaches her child, her children.
Yes.
She teaches her friend.
Yeah.
So you know, they said this. You know, can
This
you do it this
way,
way?
yes.
This is okay. So you educate a nation.
Yeah.
And in that way, for me, it's important to speak to the women, to tell them, to show them that if we don't bundle, we don't get together, stick our hand together, we don't get over poverty. Because if for an example, I have a course. I was looking at Marktplaats, I can't know the name,
yes.
Marktplaats, and I saw a course. The woman sold it for €7. But when she sold it for €7, she said, if you take the course, you can go for an exam, it's €275. But then you have a HBO diploma, so a high level diploma, you can get work with it. So for €300, you can get something, you have a good job.
Really?
Yes. So when I have it, I'm telling my friend, I have this. So I have it now.
It costs?
It cost me €7.
To do what?
To do a course.
Where?
I have it on paper. So, you know, it's a course, you do it by yourself. You have to write a description, a paper, to explain what you learned. And there's an exam. For the exam, you pay €275.
Yes.
For, let's say, €300,
you have
a high level course. But you have to look. And if somebody doesn't tell you it's possible, you don't know it.
How long is this course, ma'am?
Depending on how fast you learn. But in 10 months you can finish it. But it's in Dutch.
Okay. You have to...
I will give you the link. Okay. So if people want to have the information, they can come to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So this is a process of eradicating poverty, because when they get good jobs, then they will be able to take care of themselves. Is that what you mean?
That's one of the things.
Okay.
But you have to learn to budget. You have to know that if you have €10, you can't spend 11, because then you get problems. You get debts. You don't want to get debts. I went to a course from Millionaire Mind with T. Harv Eker. And T. Harv Eker was a poor guy. And he said something, he explained, when he had a business. And every time he had a business, he get, how do you say, financial broke. Every time. So he thought, I have to find out what is the problem, why I don't get to be a millionaire, why every time I get broke.
Yes.
So he you know, how do you say, I'm looking for the Dutch word, so I have, because I think in Dutch and then translate it in English.
But you're doing great.
So the Dutch word?
Analyze. He analyzed the problem.
Yeah.
And when he analyzed the problem, he had something, okay, the problem is that I don't trust white men. And he explained why he didn't trust white men.
Yeah.
Because when he was a child, he had stamps. He had stamps, he had a collection of stamps. Because he saw his nephew also had a collection.
Yeah.
So he get his own collection. And when he get his own collection, he put his collection somewhere in the kitchen. And one day he came at home and he saw his father had his collection on the table.
Yeah.
But he was missing one stamp.
Oh yes, you said yes.
And he gets angry on his father for taking his stamp, because he thought his father take the stamp to sell it or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Not knowing that the father.
But after he find out, so that was when he was a little boy, and he was over 30. And then he had something, I have to talk to my father because I think that was the problem why I don't trust white men.
Yeah.
Okay. He went to his father and he explained, and his father said to him, I didn't steal your thing, I was very proud of you, so I took your stamp collection to show my friend what my little boy had reached. But one of the stamps fell, but the father didn't know the value of the stamp.
Yeah.
So, you know, the drempel,
the barrier.
The barrier he had to work, to get rich, because he didn't trust that white man, was a mistake. Because when he had spoken to his father earlier, he didn't have the barrier.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to find out what's the barrier keeping you poor. In Dutch we say, als je voor een dubbeltje geboren bent, word je nooit een kwartje. If you be born for a dime, you don't get a quarter.
Yeah.
So every time you want to be a quarter, you do something unconsciously to become that dime again.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So we have to break that. That is the empowerment. We have to break everything holding us back.
Okay.
So one of the things T. Harv Eker said, there are more of that kind of men. But one of the things T. Harv Eker said, I am rich. You don't say I am poor. Even if you don't have money, you say I am rich. Because you're calling the money, you call the rich
to come to you.
To come to you.
Yeah, but you know, if I can say something regarding to this, I mean, making proclamation as a reverend minister, as a child of God, I think we have all been making proclamation. You proclaim this and you proclaim that. Yeah. But how many of these proclamations have come into realization? Because there are some people who sit out there and they can take many scriptures and they are quoting and making proclamation. I can do this, I am this. And if you do not work towards that, I don't think it will come to realization.
You have to believe in it. If you don't believe it, you won't get there. So every time you look in the mirror, you say, I'm a strong woman, I'm a strong, I attract money, I attract freedom. This is the thing T. Harv Eker also learned. So if I need something, I need somebody to help me, I call that to me. You said proclaim.
Yes.
I'm calling it to me. So I need a parking place because I had an appointment 9 o'clock with you, and I'm coming from my home doctor, and I said, okay, I have to be there on time. I need a parking place. So I said, God, help me to find that parking place. And I came here, there was only one place, but it was for me. So I called it to me, and he helped me. You have to believe, he helped me.
So part of the empowering package is that you have to call things out by yourself, if I understand you clearly.
Yes, you
and secondly, you say you have to unite.
Absolutely.
Unite with other women, is that what
with other women, with other men.
With other women.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
you need to network.
Okay.
Because Dutch people are very strong in networking.
Okay.
So when you want a job, you think you have to write a sollicitatieformulier, but sometimes the job is already gone because they have somebody they want to give the job. So you are going to solicitation.
Yes.
But the job is already given to somebody else.
Really?
Because there is a network. And a network to want to give to somebody. If you have a network, you know, I know you.
Yes.
So I give you the course I have, I want to give it to you.
Yeah, because you know me.
Because I know you.
Yes.
So if you have a network, you are strong. And a network, something I have in my head to do, is a network of women. Because when you want to be strong, you have to have a good financial situation.
Okay.
You need a budget to make it. I can make it. But I can also do bahang. Put bahang on the wall. But I have a problem with my hand, so I can explain to you how you have to do it. I can make curtains, so I can make the curtains for you. So if you have a network of women doing
several things.
No. The thing is, when we have, let's say we have 7 women, and we make a deal that we are going to make that these 7 women, we have to help each other, a network, and empower each other to be on a position to go further. Okay. Your house has to be clean. I can clean. So I come to your house and clean. You can sew curtains. You sew the curtains for every woman in that network. So our house is clean. We have curtains. I can bahang. I come.
Yes.
And we do it together. So you also learn to bahang. Okay? You are going in another network sometimes after that.
Yeah.
But when every 7 women puts their qualities in the network to help, so we can, let's say I'm a trainer, I can teach you or I empower you. This is my thing. I empower you to do something. So everything I can do in the network, we do to get the women on a certain level to go further in their life.
Do you think it's a doable venture? Because sometimes we can explain some of these phenomena, theories, but is it a doable venture?
If you want to.
How do you know that the other one wouldn't just get what she wants and then break out from the network? Yes.
In Holland they say a man, a word, a word. A man. When I give you my word, I give you my word.
Okay, that's
my
you.
father is he believes. He says, let your word be your word.
Yeah.
When you say something, somebody has to be sure that you will do it.
Okay.
So if you make a deal that we are 7 women or 10, doesn't matter, and we are going to help each other to reach something, why not? Other people do it. Because in Suriname you have different races. The people from India, the Hindustani, they are very close to each other.
Yeah.
Another example, when somebody buys a house, the one brother, that's in the Hindustani family, the one brother can do a bachelor.
Yeah.
Okay. The other is a carpenter. So every brother in that family goes and help to make the house good.
Yes.
And if it's good, it's worth a lot of more money.
Yeah.
So you increase the value of
the house.
The house. That is a kind of network also. You can do it in your family. You can do it with the women in your neighborhood. You can do it in the women in Amsterdam. Doesn't matter. If you have a network and you give your word, you have to do what you say that you do. And you get as a bundle.
Yeah.
We call it a bundle of sticks. As a bundle of sticks, you get further.
So this is a tip you are giving to those who are listening to us right now, of a way of breaking out from poverty.
Yes.
So they have to enter into a network.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The church is also a network. If you don't know that, the church is a network. Because when you are going to the church, you have somebody who can make clothes. Okay.
Okay.
She can learn you to make clothes. If you need money, you can learn to make clothes.
Yeah. If you need immediate money, so you go about learning how to make clothes.
Absolutely. You can give your children, you make the clothes for your children. So you get out of the poverty.
Yes.
I like to buy food in the how do you say, in the restaurant. Okay. If somebody's saying, okay, I'm going to learn you how to cook that special thing you like in the restaurant, I don't go to the restaurant, I cook it myself. And next time you have a feast, I say, okay, I'm going to cook it for you.
This is awesome.
You can make your money out of the
Yes.
Somebody is sewing, somebody is knitting.
Yeah.
You can make money with that. It's a start. Use the quality you have in you.
Yes.
There are people who can speak, you know, talk with other people. You can be a trainer, you can be a coach. So I think there is, you don't have to be, don't let there be borders. Go out of the border.
Yes. Yes. So somebody out there, in case you are listening to this broadcast, we are talking on poverty reduction, using empowerment as a weapon to reduce poverty. That's what we are talking about right now. Should you want to respond or give your contribution, please feel free to call us on 020-737-1619. Miss Maureen caupain is our guest today. Now, tell us, would there always be poverty among us, from your observation?
I think from now, if we are, I think that poverty is something we need to grow. Because when you are poor, you can use your talents to get out of it.
Okay.
So poverty is necessary to grow. This is a spiritual thing.
Yeah, yeah. If it is that when we are in poverty, we now use our talents to grow. Why haven't the third world countries outgrown poverty? Because they have so many talents over there.
It's because when you say, I am poor, you will be poor.
So are they going about saying, I am poor?
You have to get out of that. You say, I am rich. I am rich. I attract riches to me.
Yeah.
I give you an example. Because when I went to the course, I said, okay, you are saying that, but you know, I've been born for a dime, so why can't I be a quarter? My mother had some ground, and I wanted that. How you say? Some land. Because I have a lot of ideas to empower women in Suriname. Because there must be empowerment to get improved.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, I attract that to me. I attract that to me. I proclaimed it. And my mother said to me, I wanted to give it to you. Because all the time she said, okay, it's yours when I'm dead. But now it's on my name.
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Yes. Yes. So you have to attract it to you. And the poorness, you can overcome it. It's necessary to use your talents. It's necessary. I think it's You can say everybody has to be rich, but then you don't use your talents.
Okay.
You know, when there was a film with a Surinamese woman, and Yetu Mature, I don't know if you know Yetu Mature, Tante was playing in it. And she said, what is the thing you are doing the best?
Okay.
Because the woman was poor.
Yeah.
They had problems. A guy get in prison, and she had problems financial. And what was the thing she could do best? She could cook. And she began a catering. Because everybody liked her food. So she get out of the poverty.
Wow.
So use what you have. Use the talent. Sit and look, what am I good in? And when you say that, it's one. Then you go to your friend and you say, or your sister, or your brother, or your mother,
yes.
You say, what do you see in me that I can do very good? Because sometimes, and this is a trainer thing, you have a quality you don't even see, but other people see it.
Oh yes.
So they are saying to you, oh, when you have to, when you need somebody to write a letter, go to Maureen. Or when you have somebody to go to an extension with you, to go to the study or something, go to...
Hello, caller. Good morning, sir. He said to the lady, Fawaka.
Me de. Fafio?
Are you hearing?
I hear a little bit. A little bit, yes. I didn't hear everything. So.
Can you please repeat, because we are trying to catch you, the microphone is very low here.
I heard something about, he said something when you have a job at the urgent bureau, you get to the WW, and after that you go to the social service.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Panta is an organization.
Panta, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you understand it?
I understand what he means. Because one of the things, I work at the gemeente. So there are some things I can talk about, and there are some things I can't talk about. I explain it to you.
Yes.
I work at the social service. So I'm not a spokeswoman for the social service.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a problem now in this thing. Because he's asking about Pantar. I understand his question, but I will say, perhaps if it's a question you have to ask DWI, because you mean Pantar is one of the things from DWI.
Okay.
So you have to ask, because I think he wants a job. I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, he's saying that if why would somebody be taking social and then the social will take you to Panta? So if Panta have a job, why can't Panta call the people down than going
Panta
through the
is a part of the social service.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and one of the things they say, I'm going to the procedure now. I'm not going to give answers in a special case. I'm going to the procedure. The procedure is.
Let me ask you, what are some of the challenges you've had towards achieving this your goal?
The challenge is in life you always have challenges. The thing you have to do is to take the challenge I have learned something because I did a lot of courses. One of the things I've learned, the problem is not the problem. The coping is. The way you act when you have a problem.
Hold on, there's a caller
yes.
here. Yeah, hello, caller? Yeah.
I think she did her best. She don't want to commit herself, so I understand. I have another question.
Okay.
From the beginning, when I listened to her, you said that she will be going into politics. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but I learned in Holland there is no guarantee in politics. What did you think on that?
What is not guaranteed?
There is no
Politics, there is no guarantee.
Oh, okay. In politics, there's no guarantee.
He's coming to my area.
All right, thank you.
Okay. In politics, he is correct. There is no guarantee. Because politics means you have to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a large party,
Mm-hmm.
let's say in Stadtdeel Southeast you have 10 zetels, 10 chairs. If I get 9, I decide. So everything I want, I promise to you, I can do.
Yes.
But if I only have 5, I have to negotiate with some other person to get the meerderheid.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have, meerderheid, I can't decide.
Yes.
So when I say as a politician, I want to do something, I can't promise you anything. The only way I can promise you something is when we have a majority.
Okay. Yes, majority.
So
yes.
every politician have to negotiate. And if you see at the Tweede Kamer, you see they promise you can get. I give you an example because I'm not going to involve in the politics of the Tweede Kamer. But if they say you that there is now bezuinigingen. You know bezuinigingen? Can you translate?
Austerity. The cutting back.
Okay.
Austerity.
Austerity.
Austerity. Okay, I didn't know that word. So the one party is going to say, I want to do it in education of people.
That's cut back. Cut back.
Yes. Okay. D66 says, don't go in that money because when you don't educate people, there's a problem.
Yes.
Not only now, but in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to do something about that. So one of the things D66 is standing for is onderwijs. And they are going to stand for that. They don't, so even if you are negotiate, they won't let it go because that is very important for them.
Okay.
So every party has something they are going to stand for. If it's a good party.
Okay.
Sometimes, they say some people are opportunities. They let go to get into a kind of network, the coalition.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's just leave that topic for now. We want to know what are some of the challenges you've been having towards achieving your poverty eradication.
When I want to talk about this thing, because I was talking about the conference. It's also a conference. Conference. It's a conference. I need to have people to help me to get a space, to get the speakers, so I can give the information further. Somebody is going to say, I can give you a space, but normally you have to pay. You have to pay, so I need the money, so I'm calling the money to me. And it's not ready already here,
Yeah.
so I'm calling it. But if somebody has a space to say, I want you to have the conference here, I'm open ear. So the problem, that was one of the things I was saying, the problem is not the problem, the coping is. I think everything has a time in the heelal, in the air, in the world, in the
Universe.
In the universe,
Okay.
everything has a time.
Okay.
I can fight to get it now,
Okay.
or call it to me and wait till everything gets in its place and do the things.
Okay.
So there are challenges everywhere.
All right, for the sake of time, before we sign off, what would you like our listeners to remember of you in this podcast today?
I'm a fighter.
Oh, fighter.
I'm a fighter. You have people saying, I want to fight for you, and they don't fight. But I'm a fighter. I'm ready to fight to get to the next level. Because I think spiritually we are growing, and we have to grow. We can't grow if we don't take the other one. We have it, you know. We don't have the qualities to do something.
Yeah.
You have to learn that person to go further. And as a group, we have to grow.
Okay.
So we have to grow out of poverty and go in other.
So your focus as a coach or a trainer is just to help people to get away with poverty, is that?
It's one of the things, but empowerment doesn't mean only to get out of poverty.
But other areas.
In all the areas because yes, I explained I did a lot of courses. So one of the courses said there are different ways for you to educate yourself. You have to do it spiritually, you have to do it in belief, you know, in work, in family things. So there are different ways to grow further, and that is important to do.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome,
Yes.
awesome, awesome. Well, we will be signing off now because of our time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I give you just 1 second to say something that our listeners can take as we sign off now.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I want everybody to call you, everybody who was allowed to vote.
Yes.
March 2014, the elections are there. I hope that you vote on D66. I hope that you vote for me, because I'm a candidate for Amsterdam Southeast, but I'm also a candidate for the gemeenteraad. So, and pronounce it further. Go and vote. That's important, because when you don't vote, you can't say they did something wrong, because you are the person who are able to change something. And one of the things I want to call people to go in besturen. So at the school of your child, to go there, to get involved in your society. That's very important. So not the school, the church, you go in the bestuur of the church, you go in a group, you do it in a preach group. I don't care anything, so as long as you get in a network and you do your thing. And don't forget, March 2014, go and vote. And for me, please vote D66. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Thank you for being with us.